Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik Hodge, an angel warrior of the Midwest and a messenger of the covenant. Representing the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, the self-taught one, Master Suleiman, who's given us the Injil, the Gospel of Revelations, with the Injil key that gives us the understanding of the unsealed scriptures. This is Up Late with Malik Hodge, July the 23rd, 2022. This presentation is where we take current events and give you the understanding from the unsealed perspective, the unsealed Bible perspective from the Injil, and show you what's taking place around the world from the Injil perspective and how it pertains to the time. So let us begin. We're going to begin with the California fires. All right. California officials evacuate more than 6,000 people This is in the Admin Oak fire. Then 7 people in a residence unable to get out. They are stuck in the residence and cannot escape. They shared that dozens of homes were destroyed. 9,500 acres are burning, and it is 0% contained. 400 firefighters are battling the fire from ground and air. They shared that the massive fire is clearly visible from the International Space Station as it orbits from above. This is the third fire in Mariposa County, California. They share that over 5.5 million acres have burned. 5.5 million acres have burnt up. That's this year. These fires are also have been. A lot of the fires have been. These fires have been brought on by extreme weather, extreme drought. And it's not contained and not only taking place in California, it has stretched to the northeast and causing extreme weather all through the northeast. It said major cities in the northeast have seen their hottest weekend of the year. New York is opening up cooling centers to help keep residents with no air cool. So they can find some relief. The heat they share that the temperatures what is it, from Pennsylvania, Boston to Massachusetts to Connecticut to all through the eastern is at 100 degrees, and a lot of them is like at 99, somewhere close at 100, but the index is even higher. So this extreme weather is moving from one side of the country to the next, to the other side of the country, and in between, all in between, in the middle, in the Midwest, in the lower South. Temperatures, record temperatures, all through parts of America, and they're sharing that the heat is also producing, or the heat is also fueling severe storms over parts of the country. Flash flood watches, severe thunderstorms, which usually comes with severe tornadoes. And these tornadoes now are appearing, and there's no uncharted part of the country for a tornado to appear. Tornadoes wasn't usually seen all over the country, but now there's not a place that a tornado won't jump out the sky and hit due to this severe weather. Tornadoes are caused by extreme heat. These thunderstorms are caused by the mixing of cool air and hot air. So you have these different temperatures traveling in the air coming off the lakes and oceans, mixing with this extreme humidified air that is traveling through the country, that are whipping up these massive storms that are causing massive damage, massive flooding that Biden was speaking about, and he is sharing that it's climate change, and the reason why he's giving billions of dollars out to states to restructure their cities to help them prevent some of these massive floods and storms. So they're expecting massive flooding in Chicago due to the massive due to a thunderstorm that is sweeping through that area that will be reaching the East Coast by Monday or Tuesday. That should bring some relief in the heat. However, they don't know what may come with the storms. So it's this heat wave is busy. Thousands of people throughout what Europe has died from the massive heat. The crops are being damaged. That the locusts and bugs problem has escalated from the heat, causing loss in crops. So it's stretching this heat wave. This heat wave is unprecedented. It's this heat wave is causing massive fires all over the world from drought. It's so dry that it's so dry in California. They share that the heat that is hitting pockets and like exploding, showing like explosions of heat, explosions of fire at night, and some from propane containers in back of houses, but from different things, and some said just from severe the like vacuum just causing heat explosions from just the situation due to oxygen, space, and getting backdrop, just boom, like fires getting sucked and being produced at a rate so fast, it's causing an explosion as it consumes the oxygen, and this shit is burning thousands of acres in 24 hours because they have it's no way to relieve or to destruct the foliage is so dry. It's just nothing they really can do to stop the fires, and it's just something that the world has to deal with right now. This massive heat is taking people out. It's causing major storms, causing this drought is causing even further shortages of food. So just something to think about, and we'll speak on it in our this is what is shared from the angel perspective, that this what will be taking place. And this is definitely, in listening and hearing, this is unprecedented. This heat itself is unprecedented. Records set all over the world of the temperatures, the fires. These things that are being caused. This is it's not like what's happening, and it could happen at a at a more um time as now as of it's right in step with what the angels share will be taking place. So it's just all lining up from the unsealed scriptures of this unprecedented time and unprecedented situation, time that we're entering. So let us move on to our next topic. And okay, this one also in California. That is definitely affect. This is going to affect the whole a whole nation of America, because America's supply chain has already been damaged and slowed up due to blockages and different things in the Pacific and coming in through California. So Oakland protesters demonstrate for a fifth straight day in response to California's new labor law that affects independent truckers. The law has put restrictions how they work and whether they're entitled to job benefits. So the independent truckers have all but shut down the port of Oakland. And it's making it it is causing a ripple effect, because this area is where the supply chain is already hit hard, but nothing's coming in, and even the things that are coming in the Oakland port, no one's getting paid for incoming or things that go out. So things are the shipments are being stuck there, and the truckers have shut the port down. So it's affecting it's affecting the prices of materials in a market that is already being affected by inflations. So this port is being affected because the goods there, a lot of those goods in that area are perishable goods that have to be moved in a timely manner. But none of these things are being brought in and brought out at this time. And this is the fifth straight day of this protest. So it's definitely going to cause even more inflations in the marketplace. So it's consistently one thing after another causing more pressure on this system, more pressure on the people, because prices are continuing to go up. Products are continuing to be shortened, or less of the things that people are needing on the shelves. So the things that is being shared, this shortage of products, um, the heat, unprecedented trouble, shortages in the food supply. Now, the supply chain, if the truckers, they're saying that if this is in Oakland now, but the country from 5 days is going to, they're going to feel the response. No, there's no way to get around that. That is going to trickle throughout the country for just this 5 days. However, the situation can also affect outside truckers from outside of California that is coming in and out or transported. Like, the truckers are saying they're sticking together, and hell, they're saying that this is definitely going to be a ripple effect, and it can supersede California and move into other areas from delivering these goods and truckers, because the truckers are saying that we either gonna get this, if y'all not gonna allow them to have that, we're not gonna do it here. Everybody has a family to feed. Everybody need their benefits and the things that come with trucking, and if they don't get it, then they're striking, they're protesting. So more and more problems escalating on being put on the system, which we keep sharing that from one thing to the next, this triggering this, backfiring from this, is putting more pressure on the system that has to be dealt with, and it is causing massive problems, which the angels shared. The system will not be able to handle the pressure, that it will implode and be crushed. So we're going to move on to the next topic, which is also tied. All these things is tied together. So now this one it I knew that this was going to happen. As we went through, spoke on this last night, in the report last night. Russia strikes Odessa hours after agreeing to allow grain exports from ports. We're going to go and read what happened before we get on into it. Okay. Russia missiles hit Odessa just hours after Moscow and Kiev, what is it? Kiev signed an agreement to allow grain exports to resume from the Black Sea port. Ukraine called the strike a spit in the face to Turkey and the United Nations after they brokered the negotiations. A spit in the face to Ukraine, to Turkey, and the United Nations after they brokered the negotiations. It's a spit in the face. So, it's a spit in the face to them. But you're Russia. And you're making these negotiations so that people around the world may receive these grains that are needed to keep them from starving. And it's a war going on. You in the war. And you have nations, the United Nations, Turkey, they're in the United Nations. They speak on Turkey as it's not in the United Nations. Turkey and the United Nations. Turkey's part of the United Nations. However, they're opting an agreement to get Russia to stop the blockade on grains. Russia is listening and wants to comply, would like to comply. But there's a war taking place. And those that are war with you need this grain. So it's a smack in the face to Turkey and the United Nations, but it's not a smack in the face when the United Nations and headed up by the United States are planning and sending weaponry to the country that you are at war with, supplying them, keeping the fire lit to this war. You're making it in the same report. You're making it known that the United States, the White House, the Pentagon has a preliminary hearing on sending fighter jets to the Ukraine to fight Russia. But the United Nations, these countries that are in the United Nations, are the ones needing this grain. So you're asking for grains for your people in your countries and in other countries that intend to buy, purchase, sell grains through your country to get money for your things that you're going to need to prepare, even in the winter months and this harsh summer is definitely giving a sign that they're expecting a tremendous winter after this unprecedented summer. So they're expecting an unprecedented winter. So it's not a smack in the face to be allowing and going to the table and to considering allowing this blockade of grains to go through your sea passage so that these countries can have grains to so they can eat, they won't starve. But these same countries are pulling fuel and sending weaponry and is in cahoots in making war with you, and that's not a smack in your damn face. So who the hell got smacked in the face the hardest? Whoops. From the looks of it, Odessa was hit by missiles. They shared that it may be a problem. Russia might change their mind due to this aggressive nature that America and the UN has against Russia. Constantly, this war, they're fueling, they're participating, they're making this war continue. They're sending the weaponry. They're talking about sending fighter planes to. So that means you think that you're going to send planes to be flying over and through, that they can go to the Air Force? You about to supply Air Force, an air unit, and you think we finna give you food? Who got? Somebody got smacked in the face. That's what. It's a smack in the face to Turkey and the United Nations. Well, it's a pimp slap. A pimp slap. It's a backhand. It's a smack in the face with a backhand to Russia. To be considering to assist, and at the same time you're watching and these same people bringing an assault to you in your country. So they always speaking like somebody that done it's a smack in the face. What the hell is it to Russia? You understand? What is it to Russia? A pimp smack, a front hand and a backhand in the mouth. In the mouth. And they act like they hurt. We the ones, Russia's the ones considered. They got it blocked. With hell, we blocked this shit. We gotta let it through. If we don't let it through, it won't be going. That's what Russia's saying. But they're gonna keep pushing up. It's just thinking on you like, I mean, is it it's a smack in the face? No. You knew it was coming? I mean, didn't you know that? I shared it last night. Oh, wait a minute. It'll be 2 weeks before the agreement can be really put in you know, certified to happen. And you're talking about sending Air Force materials that with bombs. You know what kind of bombs? What kind of missiles? What's on there? You don't even know. So you talking about supplying them with an Air Force to come right get the. Come on, this is silly. This silly. This is 1+1 = 2. You send weapons. You send air planes, fighter planes. Oh no, we're gonna bomb you. No, you're not gonna get that off. What do you mean? You want to send come on, this it's not even nothing to think about. Come now, let's go to the next thing, because that's what do you expect? So as we go to our next topic, man, I mean the things that they try to make something sound so horrible. Oh, it's a smack in the face. Yeah, I bet you it was to Russia. Now, an update on President Biden's health. His doctors said he's doing well. However, they had no pictures of him doing work today. Yesterday had him pictures of him carrying out his duties in the office. Today they had no pictures at all of him. He wasn't seen. He's 79 or somewhere off in there. He better get his rest. They said somewhere he's contracted the BA.5 variant of COVID. He first said that, he should fare well because he's been double vaccinated. He's been double boosted. And he has some other medicine they just shot him with again. They're going to reboost him. But he still contracted the plague. And now they're saying an update on his health. He's now, they said, he's experiencing more symptoms. Now, Biden's primary symptoms include sore throat, runny nose, body aches, extreme body aches, and they tested the first lady and others to see, if they had contracted the BA.5, and she was the first lady. Her test was negative, so they were checking people around him that have been around him to see if they could run down where he contracted it. He's been all through a whole nother country, speaking to people, touching people. Ain't no, he's 70-something years old, and the dirt that he done done to the black man and woman, he lucky to be living anyway. Cause the plague is out to kill the firstborn, and he's definitely one of the firstborn. He has been a rascal against the black man and woman for decades. So he is 50 years, and all 79 of his years, if he said it's 79, his age, He has been hit a little devil. That's it. Now, summing it all up. Let me see if I think I might have had one more. Oh well, let me see how much time we have. Oh, we're doing well in time. However, summing it all up from scripture standpoint, the unsealed scriptures, we're in this time of unprecedented trouble, the time of the abomination of desolation, the war in the Middle East. That, whoa, forgot it. Let's see. The war in the Middle East. I had a. That is brewing. We know that right now, false Israel is definitely planning to make an military assault on Iran. The world is watching on President Biden's contraction of the plague or COVID-19, seeing the vulnerability of the nation and its leader as weak, old, and decrepit, that health is uncertainty, state of mind is uncertain. In a time of unprecedented trouble, in a time that the pressure is overwhelming. They've made agreements to back and support false Israel. They've made agreements that they will protect their interests in the Middle East. And Russia has also made agreements that they will not allow Britain and America to continue to stay in the Middle East. So this war to thwart Iran, which is sharing openly that they have the technology and have already enriched uranium to 60%, and in a short length of time, maybe in days if needed, they can enrich uranium to 90%. They have the technology to build a bomb. And how, with their connections, with their alliances, Russia and China, if they have the uranium, they only need the warhead or what. That's that's evident. They're giving military drones assistance to Russia, and they've had this kept this alliance going. So what we're seeing is more pressure being put on the system, America's system, the president. It's you have fires, unprecedented heat, storms. Your president is weak. You have Roe versus Wade all through the country. This decision. You have the government going after the Supreme Court, trying to stop the Supreme Court and keep the Supreme Court from maybe making changes to certain things. So you have a fight in the government system. You have government being called back in Georgia about foul play inside of the somewhere in the in the system, in the voting system. You have the border opened up. You have police killing, still killing us. You have shootings, mass shootings all over, all over America. A situation that is causing another backup of supplies and food. Just one thing after another that is shaking, that this resonance is of incidents is vibrating the foundation of this system. It's bending and twisting and shaking the foundation, and the foundation is leader. Look at the leadership. The leader is he can't think. He's slow. He old. He's sick. He might go down at any time. He might not. He can't tell you gonna recover from this. So everyone is looking on at America the Great. They must do something because they don't know where this may end up. Will he make it? Won't he make it? They don't know. But they do know, will this cause something to happen, hurt his brain? Would he be more? Would the Alzheimer or the be built up a little more, or something start twitching? He's already boo-booing on himself. He's already wearing a diaper. He's telling he messes his pants. You know, so ain't no telling. Everything is being looked at right now, and you see where we're at, and where the angels share we will be at. We're at this time of the abomination of desolation, and any day, that's what we will be seeing when Michael and his angels take on the dragon and his angels, and Michael and his angels being Master Farah Muhammad and Iran and Syria. They're going to kick America and Britain out the Middle East. They're taking on the dragon and his angels, which is the House of Assad, Britain and America, false Israel, and that other six um, Sunni countries that have made alliance with Satan. And they're going to kick American Britain out the Middle East, siege false Israel, and annihilate, destroy them. And that will be the shock of the hour. And those that have made an alliance with them will get what's due. The shock of the hour, when the whole world will know for sure that there will be no blinders, there will be no fog, no darkness, nothing keeping the eyes from seeing clear from this light of truth that the black man and woman of America is for sure and definitely the true seed of Abraham. So with that, I'm going to bring this segment to a close. We're going to keep this at a good time. I did bypass. Well, don't worry about it. We'll get to it. Speak on it tomorrow. And thank you for watching. And I would like to see you tomorrow at the same time at 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock Western Pacific time. So with that, I'm going to greet you as I came in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum.